Alright guys, how y'all doing tonight? Technically it is in 1 second. And we are back. Alright. Let's get started. I don't know why I put this later on. I do love Dire Wolves, you know, even in the Game of Thrones, but I'm just not really feeling it. Alright, so you've watched the last few videos and suffered the torture of which is my first videos. You have known that I have been killing Bazelgausses, and we are killing the Seething Bazelgause tonight, my dudes. We are going to kill this motherfucker like we never have before. Unfortunately, as I've been talking about earlier, you know, you've watched me go through some pretty easy Bazelgausses, even though I'm sure my whole speech was dry there. You know, I can't help it, man. I'm kind of folded, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be at work till way late tomorrow, so you know, it's kind of my time off right now, and this is when I play. So I get to do what I want, and you are watching me, not the other way around. Though if you're in here, I guess I am watching you. Once I start getting people to join up and being in my sessions. Granted, again, all the people that I play with generally are probably asleep right now, only because I work a weird schedule. But we are going. So now, you all have watched the previous videos. I'm sure you can either watch them or scroll through and give them a like and share for me, just so you know people can get it out there. There will be a lot more videos coming for this, and they will get better, I promise. And I will even get my camera and set it up eventually as people come. And I'm even thinking about hiding my face for a little bit, and then after that maybe reveal it later on. Because, you know, I don't really want to, if I get big, I really don't want to be too big. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fun thing for the original fans too, so, and everyone that knows who I actually am. But anyways, moving on. So we are going to post this new quest. However, as I was saying at the beginning of this, we are fighting now a master rank, which is my rank. So even though he is a level 18 master rank, and I am a level 40 something, maybe higher, I can't remember, we will look in a second, but he will still be a tough one. He is usually very agitated, he is very more unpredictable, and he moves a lot more than the original. So as of anything that you fight as variations, they're always a little different and usually a little bit more pissed off. And as you see, the quest is called Seething with Anger, so you kind of assume they will be. So I have not eaten anything, so we will stop at the canteen real quick. I always just pay with money because it's just really easier. However, also I would like to tell people that you can screenshot these, which I do. So if I do not have the recipes, that way, well, only micro. Sorry, got a message on my screen, wasn't sure what that was about. But anyways, I do screenshot these so that you can save them for later. They will not necessarily give you the same health and stamina for you or the Palico, but that is just an unfortunate event. I don't know why it's random. I think if you use the same ingredients, it should be the same effects. But you will get the same status effects, so you know sometimes it is better. So always save those if you get a good one. Paying with points or vouchers, I just again pay with money. I usually just go attack up due to my I always call myself the witch doctor online because I'm usually the one doing most of the healing, as most people seem to want to actually just try to ram it or heal themselves. Again, we are going to go manage items, and we are going to get. We are maxed out on the health potions. We are fighting a Seething Bazelgause. I don't know if it's Bazelgause, I don't really know. But we're gonna fight it and kill that. Kill it as soon as we can. Kill that bitch dead. Alright, let's do it. So we're gonna get pretty much every healing item that we can. I know it doesn't seem like I have much. I don't. But that is always just a short craft trip or a good grind trip, or just a simple trip to the melting pot after a good tail raider. So we've got a pitfall trap. No, we do not. We need a pitfall trap. So we'll see if we can make it. We cannot, so we will make another shot trap. Now, however, this is something I recommend. I am really very quickly just going to jump over here and buy one of these toolboxes, trap tools, because apparently I'm running low and I forgot to buy more. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Always recommend people that, especially newbies or anything starting out, or if you're just having a difficult time with a specific creature that can actually be trapped, you should always have at least a shot trap, a pitfall trap, and two toolboxes on you, or 2 trap tools on you, and then at least 2 thunderbugs. And the reason I say thunderbugs, obviously you can carry nets on you, make more pitfall traps, but keep in mind they are more expensive. I usually use pitfall traps more for when I'm actually trying to kill something. That way it sinks in and I can bomb it while it's being a dick, really. So we will go to manage items. We will grab everything that I guess no more. And I'm going to go right back there and skim very quickly and see if that is it. I have unlocked some new things and I have not went through everything again. So we are good. We are good to go. We have eaten, we have gotten our items, and we are ready to depart now. Sorry, my nose is a little allergic. Pretty much allergic to everything. And your mother. But no, I'm just playing. I'm sorry. But no, I'm pretty much just, my nose is always going to be stopped up, guys, so I'm sorry about that. But at least that probably gives you all the greatest mental image of me, so run with it. We're going to fight this Seething Fight. For whatever reason, it's decided that it would be funny to drop me off this project. So I don't know what we're going to work on that. Maybe we will get lucky, and of course we didn't get lucky. And there's a Wrathwell. So what we will do, I was going to use him to fight the actual season. Since there is a rival, so why would we just use them to our advantage so that we can escape? We're not trying to fight either one of these things. It seems that the Bazelgause does not want to either fight the Rathalos, or it is chasing my Palico, which is now warped behind me, so we will let that go. And as I walk, I do recommend tapping circle just repeatedly just so you can get those footprints. I did not do that just now. As you've seen, I skipped some, but that is okay. And my Bazelgause is pretty high. However, for the seething, we are not very high, so we are kind of going in blind. I do not know necessarily what it is or isn't weak to, so we will have to figure that out on our own. Looks like I just need one to level up. We will get some Crystal Blast in here. Crystal Blast and Crystal Burst is. So I don't know why I said that. The Rathalos came in and startled me. I'm still startled. But this is in South Park, so we will move on. It seems there is either Grimalkin or Palico up here. That is actually a Palico that I know. Master Rank, I always recommend just getting everything as you go. We will not do this whole time. I actually did need that, so that was actually a very perfect thing for me to do. Sometimes you just get lucky though. You just gotta take a swing on life. It's like real life, Can't get anywhere if you do the same old shit all the time where you rush it. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy the game and get what you can. But it is easier if you just can grab the stuff that you are running past. I usually make it a mission of mine to go on expeditions solely for the purpose of harvesting in low ranks. Just because, well, as you see with Bazelgause on the smack things, since that was a tougher creature, easier. Cookie Cookies usually last about 3 swings for me. So, and there he is. This is the person that we have got to be scared of. Now, right now, I will take a max potion. I do have my Farcaster. I didn't remember if I had brought it or not. So I will put on one of my mantles, put some hard shell powder on me. It just happened to be left from a different quest that me and my friend were doing. He seems to have left. We will track him. He looks like he's going towards the Bazelgause. So maybe we will get lucky and they will do a turf war. And if you know you are not sure they'll do a turf war, you can actually do a turf war. Piss it off. I will leave this thing to where that Bazelgause is. It should be mad enough to follow me. I'm not bringing any children with me, so I should be aware of that too. Really, you need them or a worm or a jewel that will prevent it, because if not, it kind of just walks into really a death trap. Like, as I say that, I'm standing over the exploding lava and it's still standing here, but now that I have the Bazelgause in my sights, I actually waste that potion, because now I can just move to it. So we'll go back to camp. Apparently I'm in combat with something. I was unaware. If you ever in the situation to where you're obviously not in combat and it still says you are, just go in a bush and crouch. It will immediately or almost immediately get rid of this effect. However, obviously as you see the purple radius, it doesn't really matter if you're in it as long as the dragon doesn't find you. However, if they get right up on the bush, make sure you get the hell out of there, because they will attack and if they get close enough. As you see, he is about to, but luckily for me it should turn gray any second now, and the moment it does, I will be able to fly out of it. Choose to save it and use an item, because why waste your life or your money and your prizes for a simple one button? And now I'm at full health. My sword is at full sharpness, even though I didn't use it yet, so it really didn't matter. My health is full, and now I have returned my potion to me. I have a dome pod, so I can now get rid of those unwanted creatures that I did not want, which was a mistake I made last time. I will take an antidote, obviously, since there is a Bazelgause that could possibly poison me here. And then we'll take some cool drinks, and we are done. And that is all we need. Now we are back to... Now we know what we are dealing with, and where it is at. Pin it. We will go kill it. I will honestly probably capture this because, as I said earlier, it is easier to capture something than to have to kill it completely. I always want to sit there and repeatedly try to kill something when you can easily trap it. And yes, I'm thinking, well, when you trap them, they're low on health, they're almost dead, they have a skull. Yeah, but how many times have you been already 3 lives in, and if that skull pops up and you could have trapped it and even had a chance of getting what you wanted, and still he's got a lot of other stuff, but instead you tried to give it 3 more swacks, and it would have took 10 more, and now you're dead and you lost everything, and you're restarting a 45-minute mission.
A camp here would make our lives so much easier. Let's finish up so they can get to it.
Prepare and take your time. Never rush these missions. little shot for the team, you know what I mean? This will be my last stream for the night. And hopefully, I've been having error messages from the Twitch account, so hopefully that gets settled. You can also find me on Instagram at Random Mixed Kid. You can find me, pretty much I own this name for everything you can think of. Except Gmail, but I do own it on Yahoo because that is the original OG, right? AOL and Yahoo are the titans before Gmail, so you know who's the original one here now, huh? Alright, let's go get this fucking bitch. I should be collecting these footprints. See, my bar was not all the way up. This is how you get your weaknesses for them. This man is just making me walk around. You can also skip, or I would chop the video, but as it's already just going, you can easily just skip a little forward to the point where you see me obviously entangling with the Bazelgause, which is coming right now. Again, too, this is now my level, so he will not be easy. I will be fighting for a minute. It will not be something I can do in 2 seconds. And I honestly, I'm underprepared because I did not bring my bombs. And I don't have any, and I didn't bring my Farcaster. However, we do have, it does have a shock trap, so we should be fine. We should be able to beat this thing pretty easily, I feel. Actually, me and my friend, he's been helping me. He was ahead of me, and he actually tried to take off a little bit on me because I accidentally took off on him one mission in master rank, so he decided to take it upon himself to try to beat me, which somehow I actually ended up on top. When you defeat the Shara, the Elder Wyvern, like I said, it is not the end of the game. And when you do, you will, once you go on that next quest, we didn't do it forever because we were assuming it's the last of the game. We didn't want it to end, so we took our time, took that last little fight. And it ended up being that you actually get boosted quite a few levels. I went from level 4... I was level 21, 22, and went to level 44. I guess it doubled my levels. So, definitely worth kept going on this mission. Also, if you, I will be doing the Palico missions tomorrow. As you can see, I am running around, which I should just easily be able to mount something and go. I do have that ability. I thought it was a Palico ability to actually tame or mount creatures, or like get a box to actually mount the creatures. That is not the case at all. The actual case is once you get the each map region has a Palico equipment from capturing Gamalkins and different tasks. If you get each equipment you get in a different map is what gives you that mount. So all you gotta do is find it. But some of them are harder than others. Luckily, this one was I haven't done yet, and I will in time. As I said, I was trying to get caught back up. I'm really hoping he flies to the opposite side of the map. And if that's the case, we can use the Winged Drake to actually get to him. Here we are. So I did quick cool drinks. We will drink one of those. As you see, my health is slowly depleting. He seems to be willing to leave again. This time we should be able to meet him right outside. Once I engage him, he will obviously not want to leave either. I never start off with my temper. If you do have this full armor set where you are pretty much invincible to their roar, make sure you wear it before you get to him. Like how you've seen me make the mistake, but I cannot do that since this is an actual level. That was a mistake, they were just low level. But in this one, he's not. I don't start off on my sharpen the blade. I always like to put this. Again, this is one of my missions, so don't think that like I'm just like that's hard. It's just that my specific weapon, my build, and the way that I play is just not the thing. Now, so don't pause before something else. If one of the Rathalos got my way, but as you just seen, obviously I needed it since that motherfucker would not let me go. You know what I mean? Like, he always is gonna keep attacking me. Since I'm a fucking idiot, I forgot my Firecaster. So, you know, like, I couldn't just get out of there in a lickety split, like, it's a fucking nope. And I couldn't have him trying to eye me. But if they fly away, you know, they're not on you no more, so it just makes you invisible. Of course, unless there's two in there, then you guys try to send them both away, which don't pause work really well, but usually if you try to send two monsters away, usually they can sometimes fucking try to go the same way, and then they're like, especially if they've turf forward a couple times, because you can usually get like 2 or 3 turf wars out of them, but after that they won't even be in the same area as each other because they've already done pretty much the max damage they can do without you being able to do some. Because obviously they're not gonna just let them kill them for you. But since that's the case, unless it's a Devil Oho, a Savage Devil Oho, and a Great Gyros, they're a little bit different. But he uses that as a shield too. It's not like he's actually killing it. You're kind of killing it for him. But anyways, so like you do that, and like you do that like 3 times, and then once you get them in the ring, like they can fucking walk out. And once they do that, especially like I said, get in the turf war 3 times, like they'll walk back in, and then you're fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just use your shit. Especially when they're walking together, because it's hard to fucking get them off. They just kind of spaz out, and then if you're hitting them too, obviously eventually after enough damage, you're gonna aggro back. So enough damage or enough consistency. Alright, so we will manage items. We will get back our health potion. We will actually use get a Farcaster this time. I shouldn't need it. He's pretty dead. So I'm not going to kill him either, so I'm going to trap his ass. I know what you're thinking. He doesn't have really anything. Like, I have so much more than him. Probably, but you know what? I use it all for all types of shit. I usually play when I play during the week. There's usually at least 2 or 3 days out of the week that when I'm working, especially if it's like today. Well, tomorrow will be. Today I don't have to go to work till late, but tomorrow I'll have to go back in early again. So days like that, I usually just get on and like clean it up or something, doing laundry or something, you know, get on and just farm, because shit on here it's not like other like art shit. So art, you know, shit takes like to respawn, but here shit takes literally like a minute to respawn. So you can literally just keep getting the same level. And once you beat the Shara, you can actually get the Palico from the first one, you can actually get to where you can not make, but cultivate a lot more items. You get that answer everywhere. And it's having to beat Shara. At least having to beat Shara, they'll give it to you. There might be something before that, but hopefully I've done since that I could do it was get the lightning Calico, because I only had one health, and other than that, the only thing I did was get the shower. And go into, obviously go into missions after that, on an expedition. And you basically just kill shit as you please, and not get any levels. They'll just say like, you gotta kill that until you get to the level 5. Especially when you're fighting, they're both back and forth, blowing at each other and doing shit. You know, you can't really move getting assholes. This is no more tremors. No reason. The showers on the squad. It's called True Guy's Veil. There's Guy's Veil and True Guy's Veil. Guy's Veil is activated about 4 pieces of money. Shit we got in my box. We got long meat. Which was not okay really, because it won't really affect me from my type of lifestyle. Trying to basically the same you all, this is the brightest thing you can do. Look at me. My weapon somehow, I guess I did sharpen it, but my weapon is slowly fading. That's just because of the things I've used. Slowed it down a little bit, doing the powders and everything and the hardened shells. But when you in my mantles, but it literally, this is a powerful weapon, but it does break pretty, or not break, but it goes to blue pretty fast. And that blue, it does decrease you from 100, though it's not that bad, only because you're still doing almost 200 damage if you get all 3 charges, and then your final hit is still about 500 or 600. But if you're in white, your damage will be about two, you know, anywhere from 190 to about 300 if you get all 3 charges. If you do a single hit, a single charge, it'll probably be about almost 190, 200. But if you get all 3 charges, it'll be about 260, 270, probably about 180 your first hit, probably about 260 your second hit, and then your third hit's weak as hell, so it'll probably, but in that moment of you getting that charges, it'll probably be about 50 to 60 damage, and then the move that follows it, which is the ultimate move for the great sword, will probably do about 700 to 600, especially if you're damaging pieces. If I am with my tenderizer, once I get on this thing and actually weaken it, I will be able to murder it. But again, I am trying to trap it, so I am trying to be careful. And I've only died once, as you know, because of the pallet code thing. I forget my pallet code. It doesn't heal no more. But once he gets to level 10, I will be moving on to the next pallet code equipment, and I will be showing that video too. So I'm down to 1 Farcaster. Luckily for me, we will not need any more. This will be the last encounter with this thing, believe me. Though I do not believe I have enough research to see the skull. It was already pretty damaged. And for me, my combos are pretty heavy. The greatsword is the strongest weapon in the game. Though it is not for everybody. It is actually for pretty much nobody unless you've played the PS2 version. And it is very slow. But as you use it, if you are a greatsword user, I do recommend, and especially if you've had problems and you're starting out, or you just switch to it and you want to use it but you don't know what you're doing, I recommend you using the power. First, start off with your power hits and learning how to switch the combos from triangle to circle, and use your circle more. But as you get more comfortable with your power hits, which you hold triangle for the first, and it'll charge up 3 times, 1 flame, 2 flame, 3 flame. As soon as you know that flame's coming, you kind of jump up. You want to release. That's the most power. Then if you hold forward and hold triangle again, you will do a side swipe, which is your second most powerful. You can charge it up 2 times, 1 flame, 2 flame, and at that second flame you want to let go again. And then if you hold forward and triangle again for the last of the 4-hit combo, you will flip around and start charging. You will be able to charge up 3 times, let go at your 3rd charge. As your knees are buckling up, you will do a spin attack, which will only do about 40 to, even at my level, it'll only do about 40, and when I fight like lower creatures, still 40 to 100. But that, and 100 being very high for that attack. If it's even actually 60 is high for that attack. But after that move, you will literally bring the sword around again in a slower fashion than, you know, it's not like it's super fast, but if you collide, you will do your maximum damage. And you can also find that out by going to the training area, and yeah, they'll have things set up that you can hit, but they also will have, you can go to the Palico, tell them you want to change equipment, and he'll set a wagon. If you get to that wagon, you can experiment with your combos and find the tip of your hit, the most power damage you put out, and then run with that the rest of the time. But as far as monsters go, they're all scary at first, and you will have to figure out how they move and how they operate to efficiently get rid of them. Because otherwise, you're just going to get raped. And believe me when I say, you do not want to give up when you're fighting, and at the same time, you do not want to just send flares. You want to try to, if you have people that play this, please, please, please get in the same session. Join quests, don't use flares. Again, 2 people are better than 4 sometimes. I'm just saying. You get that random, especially when you get up in higher ranks. You get the guy that you're trying to go back in time and get something that you need that you don't have or didn't get for something special now, and then all of a sudden you're on this mission with these people that are doing the same thing at your rank, but then you got that one guy in there that's his first time, you know, and yeah, he's trying to help, he's trying to do it, and he's got all of you all that are powerful, but of course he's gonna fight too, and he's gonna ruin it. So just make sure, you know, like I said, try to buddy up. Don't try to do more unless you know everyone in the 4th party, and at that point you might as well squad join, because if otherwise, you're just gonna get fucked. And believe me, it's happened to me more times. I've been in more fights where people have lost for other people than we've lost. Whether it be like one person dying all 3 times on my quest, or after joining my quest, or people, you know, like 1 or 2 or 3 of them dying once, you know. It's one thing when you die when you're on the edge of a quest, especially because, you know, if you're like me, once you die once, especially if I have my health palico where he revives me once, so technically if I die once, I die twice. And once that happens, I know I can't let it go no more, so I get real serious, I get real protective of what I'm doing, and I start really watching my moves and more guarding than attacking, especially if I've got the time. Which is like now, my time is 3/4 of the way up, it looks like. But this thing is so almost dead that it doesn't really matter. Feels like these things are still fighting, so what we'll do is yep, 10 minutes. So we'll put on a dragon-proof mantle, and we will attack these things. Ooh, and as you see, I have forgot to not my farcaster, but I have forgotten to put my thunderbugs in there and didn't actually make the trap, so that was a bad choice. Luckily for me, the Bazelgause is flying this way anyway. So we'll do the manage items. We'll go to the we'll go to crafting list. We'll scroll over. We'll make 1 shock trap. And then we'll go to manage items. We will take that shock trap, and not only that, as again, the loophole to having only so many items. If I can only have 1 trap, I could have another pitfall trap in there, and then since I've already maxed out my tools, I can just go to the thunderbug, put him in here, and then I can craft them as I use them up to 2 more times. So now we will go to the canteen to get my stamina back. It looks like the Bazelgause is getting beat up by the I should find them as soon as possible so I get those pieces. Actually, it looks like the Bazelgause is fighting the Brachio's. So what we will do is I did use that mantle for a second, and when I went to the camp for my tent, took it off of me. So what we will do is we will... always grab the ivy. But what we'll do is we will jump down with the mantle. Affect this. As you see, he is already in a lot of pain. You set it to a very quick mode, but what I like to do is just still got that. Now that can be a problem. In this situation, what you'll do is about where the turret should stay. See the skull, so I do have to actually see that. So if we are lucky, he will go home and go to sleep. And once you, I'm pretty sure once you get your level, when you get the Palico level to where you can actually set the traps instead of just the flash baskets, you will actually be able to command them to put this under for you, which will give you time to get in front and put an actual trap out. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that I actually have pitfall trap, which would be better to knock this guy out. This isn't seems we are running low on time. Looks like I've only got one shot at this, so wish me luck, guys. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this. Some of you I might be thinking, like, yeah, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. You seen how I put that shock trap out and he immediately got captured, right? Because he was asleep and I put it under him. However, it also required to do this and get that to happen as just a shock trap. It's not just a shock trap. You must have one of two things. You must have a sleep weapon or that you've been hitting them with, or you must have already tried to trap them and put them to sleep with failure. Obviously, they didn't go to sleep when you would have captured them, but doing so does raise like a torpidity meter somewhere in them. And so when they go to sleep and you damage them or have tried it several times and it's recent, you will be fine. However, I do believe if they eat and regain their stamina, you do lose that paralysis / instant sleep ability. Distilled blast fluids that we needed. We've gotten scorched silver ring, and we might need a node. So let's take off. Always take off. Never sell anything you don't need. Never sell anything that you don't need. Seems like I just got an invitation. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see what he is playing. So he's playing Grand Theft Auto. I don't have time for that, really. Alright guys, I will see you all on the other side of this when I get to the making of the weapon. Fucking did it, guys. We fucking did it. Only probably a few minutes to spare.